Hello lovely people, it's Hila here, Saturday Night Stitch, and thank you so much for tuning in. Today's post we're going to be checking out another 5 sewing projects. Now this video is part 2 of 3, so if you haven't checked out part 1 where I shared the 5 bird dresses, please find the link in the description box down below. It is awesome. Let's get started. First on the menu is McCall's M6886. Now, I consider this to be a tried and true, or is it tried and tested? Well, it's a TNT pattern, definitely. Although separately, do let me know in the comments box down below whether it's tried and true or tried and tested. But this is the 6th McCall's M6886 that I have made, and I love this dress. I have worn it so much. I made the size 8 based on the finished garment measurements that you see on the pattern sheets. When the first time that I made this about 5 years ago, I did a sway back adjustment on it just so that I didn't have some pulling and some puddling above the bum area. That was 5 years ago. I still do get a little bit of puddling and pulling on there, but it doesn't really deter from actually enjoying the garment. It is such a super quick make, and it is one of those patterns that I highly recommend to beginners, advanced and intermediate seamstresses alike, because you can quickly whip up something that looks like it belongs in a Bowden catalog. And by the way, that's my sister and I just having a grand old time. As I said in the first video, this was like an afternoon clubbing session. It took us a total of about 2.5 hours to do this, and the entire time it was just crazy dancing, and I got really sweaty. So changes that I made to this pattern is that I added a roll neck collar over there, which is very simple. I just took a tape measure, measured around the neckline, and then I cut a rectangle that was the width of the neckline, sewed it up, folded it under, and then sewed it along that neckline. So a super easy pattern, highly recommended. The fabric, I bought that from the sale rack at John Lewis. Sadly, they only had 1.5 meters, and I managed to squeeze this dress out of 1.5 meters. So that's McCall's M6886, a fantastic, great value pattern that is a favorite in my sewing pattern collection. And in case you're wondering, that's a grown-up mom of 5 trying to learn the Bruno Mars dances to the song 24 Karat Magic or 24 Karat Gold. I can't remember. But yeah, it's a banging tune. I love that tune. And I'm trying to learn how to do the dance. Next up, we're gonna fly all the way to Russia, to one of my favorite Russian sewing pattern companies, and it's Grasa Patterns. And this is their hoodie dress number 569. I love this pattern. This is the 2nd item that I made of this, and yeah, it's just such a wonderful, cozy, chilling dress outfit, and it's quite practical because you've got that giant kangaroo pocket in the front. It is designed to be oversized, so it is super comfortable. The only thing you have to do is choose a fabric that you love. Now with Grasa sewing patterns, I have done a video which is a beginner's guide to Grasa, which I do encourage you to check it out if you're interested in how their sizing goes and how to buy their patterns. All of their patterns are PDF downloadable patterns, which means you can get that instant gratification. Separately, I think I'm beginning to get the Bruno Mars dance there. So one thing that I don't like about this dress is that I made it too narrow at the bottom there, and as you can see, when I'm trying to do the dance move where I jump and crisscross my legs are bound by that hemband. But it is a minor complaint. It only is something that pops up whenever I'm dancing. I love the giant hoodie. I used a pale pink grosgrain ribbon to thread through, and I used some metal eyelets on there. And as you can see, the volume from the sleeves comes from the pleats at the hem cuffs. I decided to use the most gorgeous, the most amazing tencel knit fabric, which just feels amazing. And what's crazy about this fabric is it's cool in summer, and it's warm in winter. It's really quite a juxtaposition, but I wanted to use a contrasting fabric since I was making something that was on the oversized size. I just didn't want to look like I'm wearing just a big blue bag, so I decided to go with light blue for the sleeves and dark blue for the bottom bit. But I love this dress. It's been getting a lot of wear. Now this is a new to me pattern company, and before I go into the pattern company, let me just say that this dress, it makes me feel so elegant. I feel like I cannot slouch when I'm wearing this dress, that one must not slouch. It is so beautiful, and because I used a black embroidered linen fabric, it is so outside my comfort zone, but I was surprised at how it turned out and how much I loved it, and more surprisingly how much my husband loves it. He says it reminds him of Lady Jessica, the Bene Gesserit, mother of Paul Atreides in the movie Dune. That's the original movie from 1984, by the way, not the modern travesty that they have brought out. But yeah, I love this dress. I absolutely love it. So this is from Folkwear Patterns, and they have loads of sewing patterns, some vintage and some Folkwear traditional ones. And this one is based on a Tibetan traditional dress called the chupa dress. So this one comes also available as a skirt pattern just by chopping off the upper bodice. I'm not kidding you guys, but this is quite a complex pattern the first time that you make it. It doesn't have a zip or anything like that, but it's got a series of intricate hooks and eyes and button loops and belts, and that's how you manage to put it on and keep it on you. You have the option of making it more fitted by putting in the darts, but I didn't do that because I was just trying to figure my way out around this pattern. And the instructions, with the support of the instructions are quite good, but you need to just follow the instructions. Don't overthink them. The only way that you should try and think, well, why are they saying do this, is if you have made something like this before. Honestly, if you've never made this dress before, just do what they tell you on the patterns. If they say jump up, just do it. Don't question it, because then it all makes sense as you get to the end of it. This is unlike anything that I have ever worn before, and it's unlike anything that I have ever sewn before. Consequently, I had so much fun with this. Because it was such a mega challenge to do. So as you can see, I'm trying to show you on there that there is a button and a button loop in between, trying to tell the DJ to change the music. I think she was playing something I didn't like, or yeah, and now she got some Snoop Dogg on. But yeah, this is a great pattern, highly recommended. Up next is a self-drafted A-line flare skirt. I love this pattern so much. I developed this from a sloper that I made using Susie Furr's excellent Craftsy class, which I highly recommend. The fabric is a linen viscose mix that I got from Fabrics for All. It's got pockets and a contoured waistband. I had so much fun making this. Yeah, it's fun to draft your own patterns basically, because you can make them fit you like a glove. I love this skirt very much because this skirt for me represents curiosity, wherein I basically decided to try something that I had always wanted to try but just had been too scared to, and it's draping. So I basically decided to have a go at draping using this wonderful jacquard suiting fabric, and it's a sort of fabric that doesn't crease. It's an easy care type of fabric, and it's got a really wonderful drape. So I knew that whatever I made out of it, I wanted it to be quite dramatic because it would be able to hold pleats beautifully, and it had the structure and the stability. So I wanted something big, I wanted something theatrical, I wanted something voluminous, and I ended up with this. I do have a video showing how I actually did the draping, but it was so much fun. I added pockets and I used a straight waistband, and there's a center back zipper over there. And I love it how it ended up with like an uneven asymmetrical hem, and the diamond pattern as how it changes its direction by the time it gets to the side seam. For some reason with this skirt, I can never wear it with a t-shirt. Every time I've worn it, I always pop a shirt on with it. I feel like the skirt says, how dare you if you put a t-shirt on it. But yeah, I love it. It was a lot of fun doing some draping, and it's something that I need to get more of in my sewing life. Okay, lovely people, we're gonna stop it there for now, and I will catch you up in part 3, where we're going to be looking at some more bird separates, so some skirts and some tops. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, that you found it entertaining, useful and informative, and if you did, do give it a big thumbs up down below. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments box, and all of the information and details will be in the description box as well. Until I see you next time, guys, happy sewing. Bye.